We bought a bus. We're gonna turn it into a tiny home. Watch and see what we're doing today.
Where do you think you're going?
Time to start on the floor.
Time
finally.
to start on the floor finally. After like 3 days of telling you guys we were gonna do the floor. Finally have at least an hour to do it. This big work. This is exciting.
This is exciting.
There's a step there. Also a sign that says watch your step. Literally says that.
Yes, we know it's taken us a long time to get to this point. And if you've been following our progress, you know that we told you guys in part 10 that this is what you were going to see in part 11. But that just didn't happen. Other things needed to be done before we could properly start working on the floor. So here we are. Let's break down a little bit of what you're watching and why we're doing this. In the hundreds of hours of YouTube videos that we've watched, we've seen multiple people do their bus install by leaving the floor in. And we are so glad that we didn't leave the floor in because there was a little bit of rust on the ground. And it wouldn't have been too terrible of a problem, but when we resell this vehicle, we want to make sure that we can trust the floor is not rusting up again. So if you're building a bus and you're debating this, please pull the floor out. You are going to thank us later. Anyway, back to explaining the video. So yeah, there's rust, and we need to scratch off the surface of that rust if we're going to have any chance at properly treating it. So he's using a wire wheel brush that's braided with an angle grinder to get this job done fast and quick. And once he's scratched at the surface at all of the rusty spots, we can continue to step 2. Alright, step 2. We're going to slap on some concrete and steel cleaner that's going to zap away the rust. We were both pretty shocked about how well this worked. It was almost like the rust didn't even exist in parts of the floor that we saw it in before. It also happens to smell like stinky socks, so instead of letting it air dry, we're going to do something else. You'll see in a second. He's gonna spray it all off with a hose. Nice and easy, it's hot outside, we're already outside, and it'll get the job done fast and the smell out of there quickly.
Do the rust on some of the parts just vanish.
Oh, that's
They
so
just
cool.
disappear.
Alright, this is how the floor looks now after we treated it with this stuff. Concrete and metal prep. Before and after. Now that we have treated the floor, it is time to start finally painting. Step 3 is the paint. Laying down the paint. We have been looking forward to this day for so long.
This is for heavily rusted metals.
Oh my gosh, was this such a milestone for us. We did not think it was going to take us this long to get to this part, but we are so glad that we went through everything thoroughly, made sure that we've done everything that we need to do so that we are ready and prep for the floor. This is officially the beginning of our bus build. Like, this is a huge, huge milestone. And in the van, we didn't do any of this stuff. We literally just cut up some foam, put it on the ground, put some boards on top of it, and nailed it down, and called it quits.
Look at that, babe. That's with one roll.
We had a lot of mistakes that we made that we have learned from in this specific build, and we are so excited to do this properly and to have a home that we both are going to fall in love with. Also to note, we didn't actually pick out this color. This is just the color that this type of paint comes in, but it's fine because it's going to be covered either way. We were so shocked that we actually got this done in under an hour.
You're done.
And it's a good thing because we were starting to lose daylight here. So today was completely focused on just getting that floor painted so that we would have a day for it to dry.
Oh.
And then continue on in the build.
This looks great. You just see, it's like a brand new bus.
Look at that beautiful floor. Rust treated. There are some spots that we're going to have to touch on because we sprayed it all with water, as you saw. And this is an oil-based paint, so it is resisting. And some spots, just for example, like some of these cracks right here, there's water that's just kind of sitting in there. So when the water evaporates, we'll be able to go over one more time. Just look. Looks like a brand new bus floor. I mean, this... see if we can, not sure what angle, but before, after.